It really isn't. Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. We ended the last episode on a bit of a sad note, with Sayori feeling very depressed, and our protagonist finally admitting that actually he did rather love her. Which, I don't know, I mean, it was a little bit of an impromptu thing, particularly after, I think, 3 days of remembering she existed? He decided that, you know what, he did really love her. But, I don't know, I can kind of see that sort of thing happening. Like, unrequited feelings he'd never realised before, and then suddenly he was like, you know what, actually, yeah. And you know, if it helps her at all, then that's also good. Probably not the most opportune time to actually announce that sort of thing, but what can you do? I only had 2 choices, and I certainly didn't want to say, oh, I'll be your friend forever. Like, I think he did like it. So, let's see how we continue from here. Now, let's see, we have to load. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided it's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all of the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond, thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend more time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. April! It's weird that there's no music at all. You're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought Yuri would be here by now at least. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks of the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all of the poems that we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like, and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. Ah, yes, the last-minute approach. I think we all do that now and again, don't we? I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Oh, wait, hang on. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly felt awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said that because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Ha ha ha! Well, you should take a little responsibility for her, April. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? How did you know about that? I mean, are you spying on us? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? We're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing this up with anybody yet. Geez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Eh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, don't you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. Oh, what's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. One that I haven't read before. Oh. Oh no. Oh no! Get out! Get out of my head! Get out of my head! Get out of my head! This is not a good-looking poem. Get out of my head. Oh. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Ah, what is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. April? What is wrong? Ah, nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything Sayori has written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so... Ah, well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal at least to wait for her or help her wake up. Even a simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they've always been. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock at the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house? That really is something a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Oh! No. No, this isn't good. No. No. Ah. I think I won out. The irony is, I have played this before. I knew this was coming. And I still don't like this. Not in the slightest bit. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. It really is. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I knew what was best and that everything would be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I should have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it's always been, then I could have prevented this. I knew I could have prevented this. Through the literature club, through the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only had one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take that back. Never. 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 Let us delete the world. Delete everything. Put it to rights. It really isn't. They said it and they were right. Oh. And it continues. It never ends. But it's all wrong. But we'd have to keep going. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is my neighbour and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out since you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I feel almost better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let her catch up to me. Ah, it's all going wrong! Oh, it's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone, I think. It feels that way, I'm not sure. I always tell myself it's about time I met some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there'd be any girls in it anyway. Yeah. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. April? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Ah, yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. Though, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... what did you come for here anyway? Oh, I've been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? Ah, well, about that. I actually quit the debate club last year. Really? You quit? Yeah. Well, to be honest, I couldn't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take on something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Well, in that case, what club did you decide to join? Well, actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? It sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? Well, kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that, but it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature could be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Oh, wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? He always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, April. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? Ah, well, I mean, I guess so, but... Well, in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favour? I wouldn't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it'd make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I'll check it out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, April, you know that. It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Oh, that sounded creepy. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Eh? Oh, that was quite a jitter then. A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, April. ... All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki! The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. A small figure that makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears completely more mature and timid, appears to have a hard time keeping up with somebody like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into April in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before we brought somebody new? I was gonna, Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, April? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you don't really have a plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. He carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gives us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Well, I guess. Well, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I can at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri finally faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, April, what kind of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. I bet she's read Dune, hasn't she? He's definitely the sort of person who would read Dune and totally understand everything. I tried to read it and while I got through it, it was very confusing, mostly because they kept changing the subject. She seemed so reserved and timid until the moment I walked in. but it's obvious by the way I can't talk today. What's going on? She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light that she finds her comfort in the world of books and not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep philosophical, psychological elements really immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something that I can relate to at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I didn't expect that from Yuri. Oh, I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story can make me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Real horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Oh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Yeah, well, I guess I sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. In this case, looking down, apparently. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Carrying that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have some writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I've got an idea. How about this? ... Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of Vice President after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, April? Hold on, there's still one problem. And what's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I haven't made a decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. I feel like there's something missing. But I'm sorry, I thought... Her. The girls exchange glances before Monika returns back to me. I guess I needed to tell you the truth, April. The thing is, we don't have enough members to officially form an official club yet. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival... ... I'm defenseless against these girls. How are we supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I feel terrible for letting everybody down in this situation. And besides, the club itself is pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I have to pay to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, April? Yeah. Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you left just after all this, I'd be super pissed. April, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assessment. Write a poem to bring in for the next meeting, so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. April, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Sure. Oh. I think that's blood. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how blood feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one. Though I don't think I'll be doing it again, unless I decide to kill myself. I left the memento of the occasion below. That's a bit overly dramatic, guys. No, thank you. I don't want to see that again. Okay, so we have to come up with a nice new poem. Let's go with something fun, I think. So we're going to have a joyous kitty who is going to have some lipstick. Animal testing, you know that. Lipstick that has bubbles in it. It causes you to giggle on a sunny day. But we can sing about it. And then there's a bunny that is smells of vanilla. And it likes to hop into bed. I like bed. And it's very cute. And then there's a puppy which drinks some milk. And then there's a mouse. I do like animals. They are good fun. In a nightgown. And there's lots of peace. And then they all go on a vacation together. And they have a wonderful adventure. And the pink... Oh, wait, that was the last word. It's not a pink nothing. A pink adventure. I don't know what that's going to mean. Hi again, April. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for you, but I can at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Is it slightly skewed? I thought that everything was straighter than that. Is it just me? I was the last to come in, so everybody else is already hanging out. Ooh! I definitely saw that. Thanks for keeping your promise, April. I hope it isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Ooh! Oh, come on. It's like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. The music's getting skewed. Oh, she's in front of the text. That's not right. I'm very confused now. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying moniker and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, April. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki a disappointing glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no to either. Like you said, I'm in the club now. That only feels right for me to... The whole classroom's skewing more! I didn't even notice it moving! Oh, that's going so slow! Oh, I don't feel good. It only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Wait! I didn't mean it like that. Oh... If you really don't want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. But no, it's not that, Yuri. I wanted to try and be part of this club, but unfortunately I think the building's tipping over. So even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book if you want me to. Are you sure? Is she getting closer? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're getting closer. And so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it might keep your attention even if you don't usually read. We could, discuss it if you want. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? I don't feel this is very cute at the moment, particularly with her face warping. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. I just need to go put an exorcism on it or something, I think. You? Well, you can read this at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Oh, the room's back! Yay! Oh goodness, thank you. It's now that everyone's settled in, I expected Mona to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh! I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Are you looking for something in there? Fucking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organised if somebody else just messes it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Ah, manga. You read manga, right? Well, sometimes. Manga is one of those things that you can't admit you're really into until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. And what's that supposed to mean? Then the camera turns around and there's just a grayscale black and white picture. It's like, it's just me! I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. He then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Oh, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. She wouldn't like my manga set then. Yeah, I kinda got them all over the place. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Cafe Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. It probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible. You're gonna judge me. You can go do it through the glass on that door. He points to the classroom door. Nice. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, April. Consider this a lesson. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colourful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. Oh, whoa. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Eh? Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space that, while she hoped I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read it from the beginning? You don't go back and flick through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's just a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. I disagree, some of the slice of life stuff has been really good fun. Like, I really like Lucky Star, and that's mostly because it's kind of got that weird wacky thing going on inside of it, but at the same time it's all kind of fun and light. Easy reading. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it is fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up with them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet. Yeah, no, manga's definitely not just for kids. It kind of covers all age ranges, really. Makes me want to punch him in the face. Well, I wouldn't do that. Oh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I feel gravitated towards other losers over time. That's not true either. People who just judge each other harshly for no real reason. They're not good friend material anyway. But it is probably harder for somebody like you. Huh? Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if I have others. That didn't sound right. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. Yeah, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like it solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you can enjoy yourself, right? Yeah. ... So? Jesus, enough. You gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. ... More dots! So many dots! Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. Aww. Okay, that's kind of sweet. Looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki? Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey, hey! This is horrific! Please, no more! The garble has gotten too bad! Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. He throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give him. She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, April. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? Well, I guess I should start at the bottom of the list. Let's go with Monica first. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, April. Having a good time so far? I mean, kind of. It's getting a bit weird and warpy around here. Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Like, literally? Don't be afraid to bring anything up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Maybe you could have, cake. Bring cake into the club, Monica, please. Wink. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, April. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But this is the sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, April. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. He laughs an awful lot. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So, take it as a compliment. Yeah, well, if you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty gruesome. Yeah. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know. I think we need to feed her up as fast as we can. I'll just go get some steak or something, I guess. Sorry, just trying to look on the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for somebody who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Okay, well, let's read it then. Hang on a minute, is this the same one she had the last time? Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see colour. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks in my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. That's right. He's right there. Following my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Well, that's okay. Yeah, it's kind of a style that's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What's the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I've had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Yeah, it's something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's coming on strongly. Maybe after everybody's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you write a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a particular point. So, if you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to write something down on the paper and tidy it up later. We've heard this before. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen on the same spot for too long, you'll just get big dark puddles of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yuri. ... Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time to finish reading. I only wrote 20 words after all. Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? No, I'm so sorry. Yuri brushes her face with her hands. I couldn't help but notice there's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there's specific writing habits that are usually typical for new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognise in new writers is they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. It's kind of the end result that both the style and the expressiveness have weakened. Once Yuri finds a change of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. I kinda just wish my stammering was gone. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different writing skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and by learning from example and trying new things. I also hope that everybody else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. I'm sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologising to herself or to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought processes behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if there was a rare opportunity for her, which kind of itself is rather funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light, the tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. Oh wait, no, yes, this is the one she had from last time. Okay, let's continue on. ... I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you so long to read it. No, I skipped right through it, Yuri. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's very descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Woohoo! Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, April. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy you think that. Just remember it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. And let's show it to Natsuki. ... Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, ... Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Eh? And what's the point in sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have done other things. Ugh. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poem? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Oh. Well, I would have been more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go like, ha! Well, it's not that great, but at least let you show you some real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. Hope you're happy. ... So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... You just don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that, though. I said that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or loss situation if she liked my poem. In any case, you'll still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica says will make me if I don't. Eagle can fly. Oh yes, no, we've done this one before too. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, just because. Everybody in high school thinks that writing has all sophisticated and stuff. But people don't take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everybody around you do great things can be really disheartening. But I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Really helps bring out the feeling of the last line. Like disappointment. Yeah, so you did. I guess more went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. Mwaha. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humour her with that last comment. I really don't care how old anyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud of it, then I won't take that away from her. Hey, we read all the poems. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everybody's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Oh, the music's getting weird again. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. It's a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What is with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is, cute. You? You completely missed the symbolism or something. Clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. Look, if I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. People did, by the way. Monica liked it, and April did too. So based off that, I'm gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. No. And April liked my poem too, you know. Not as much, to be fair. They even told me they were impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? Well, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous April appreciates my advice more than they appreciate yours. And I just know they didn't appreciate my advice more. Are you that full of yourself? No, if I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, what do you know? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as April started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little, it doesn't involve you! And taking care of your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look, who's talking to you? Want to be edgy bitch? Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for some of your middle age to comprehend. Say, just like saying that, my point. Most people it's all going horribly wrong! Oh no! No, stop it, you two! Oh god! What's going on? Hi, Monica. ... Hey, April. Why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Ooh. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I'd never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. ... She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth at her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I've no idea what Yuri might have said to you, Natsuki. Or did. April, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm not sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. ... Anyway, the meeting is over. You can go home now if you want. ... Yuri looks at me like she says she wants to say something. But she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. ... Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. And it sounds like you don't want me to be around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I just, I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with April. It would be embarrassing for you to listen. I guess I really don't have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing so much trouble. But, okay, well, that's the rather abrupt end of, day blog, I think. Yeah. And we're back to writing poems again, which we will have to tackle in the next video. It got really heavy today. I hope you're all doing okay. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.